I have to say that, we have on our team, you're so incredibly lucky. About 18 months ago, Susan Cabani came to volunteer for the people who share. I don't think she knew what she was letting herself in for. And actually, as our most recent volunteer, Egli, will probably attest to, I don't think anybody really knows what they're letting themselves in for when they say to me, Benita, can I come and help? I'm like, come on in. Of course, the sharing is all yours. So Susan came to volunteer, and she has been running a number of things. She's been coordinating our events. We have regular meetups where we meet and we grow the community and we discuss various issues pertinent and relevant to growing a sharing economy and creating a society that we all want to live in that is built around people and planet. Susan has an extraordinary organisation called Ugenie that she's going to be telling you about, and she's going to be talking about the kind of impact that she's creating and wants to create with Ugenie. But I want to say a very special thank you to Susan, because not only has today she been the person that you've been receiving lots of emails from and reminders to make sure that you do bring some food to share, and with those who are less fortunate, we are donating to the Westminster Food Bank today. So if you haven't already and you would like to make a donation, we have a table near the door and we will be taking that food directly from this event, because we wanted to create some impact from this event and have some sharing happening. If you weren't able to bring an item of food today, there's going to be another opportunity to share in whatever way you would like. So don't worry if you haven't shared today, there are plenty of opportunities to share. We're not going to miss out on that one. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Susan, because not only has Susan coordinated the event today, but she's also our sponsor, our incredible super sharer, Susan Cabani.
Thank you guys so much for that, and Benita, thank you that's such a kind introduction. When I did get involved with People Who Share, a couple of years ago when my partner and I, Fem Cabani, founded Ugenie, it was all about creating technology that would allow people to more effectively share time, knowledge, and resource. And when I looked into the industry to find the people who were going to help me succeed to do that, Benita's name was on the top of the list. And I've been really fortunate to be able to work with her over the last 18 months so that I can understand how we can actually better affect our impact and how we can help more people. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our story and how we think that we can help people do this exchange of time, knowledge, and resource in a more effective way. Now, when we first started, our story starts in a very different place, and it starts with a problem that was in my own household. There was a couple of chores that between husband and wife we just couldn't get on board. We couldn't figure out who was going to do them. And eventually I started thinking about the strong community that we come from, in which we already actually all the time share our time and our knowledge and our resource. And we've grown up picking up people and taking them to mosque, or donating clothes that we don't need anymore. So we already knew that there's a strong motivation amongst us to give and share, and which I think, if I come back to the concept that we teach our children, sharing is caring. But actually, I think what we need to teach them is sharing is necessary for our survival. We actually have a limited amount of resources. We have a limited amount of everything, time, resources on the planet. And if we don't begin to embrace this principle, not as a nice to do, but as a need to do, we're going to put ourselves in a position where actually there isn't enough to go around. So how can we actually take this innate desire to want to share with each other in the modern age and make it easier? So what we saw was people want to share, okay? But what's preventing them from doing that? What is preventing me from picking somebody else up on my way and taking them to the same place I'm going? And that person who doesn't have the capacity necessarily to hire someone else to do that. Well, we came down to a conclusion that it was the technology. It's technology that can potentially allow people to share resources more easily, more efficiently. And when we do that, we not only save our planet, but we actually create stronger communities. We create stronger personal relationships, which I am a big advocate that, yes, we are collaborative. As humans, we are collaborative. Competition is taught to us because when resources are finite, we need to figure out how to distribute them. But if we're all sharing them, well, we can live in a very collaborative society. The other thing that was really important to us when we were building this was, yes, the principle of sharing resources, but was access to the technology that's available today to everyone. So if you look at the organizations and communities and even the businesses that we want to work with, some of the problem is that sometimes they can't access the technology that's available to the corporates. The corporates that are allowed to then use all of this and do their work in a more effective way. Well, one of the principles at Ugenie is to make this technology accessible. We want to give it to the organizations that are creating the impact, that are doing the work that we're so happy to be supporting at the people who share, but in a way that actually can multiply and become even bigger. So Ugenie is a space that takes us also, social media is fantastic. Of course, we're all posting today, hashtags that Benita talked about to raise awareness of what we're doing, but it's not always the most efficient way to do the exchange of the resource. And we need to be able to give the technology to the right people to affect that change in their communities. So essentially, I've been really fortunate to work with Benita for the last 18 months, and Claire and Sophie and Mary and everyone else who's involved with our organization. And we got involved today to put on this event so that we can spread the word about what we're doing and how we feel that by creating accessible resources such as technology and systems, we can make that work even bigger. So I hope that you guys all enjoyed the event today. We really hope that you take something away and you share this message with your networks and your communities so we can create a bigger impact. And that's the goal of not only the people who share, but who Ugenie is. So thank you so much for coming today, and I'm going to pass it back over to Benita.
Thank you, Susan. So you may not know this, but it's actually the 10th birthday of the sharing economy. Well, at least 2018 is the 10th birthday. I don't know exactly which month we